John Brown elect Abraham Lincoln? What an interesting phraseology. Did John Brown elect Abraham Lincoln? Now, how could that be? John Brown's dead by the time we come to the 1860 election. He's been executed in December of 1859. And so Brown certainly didn't elect Abraham Lincoln. But don't be so literal. Don't think of it like that. What you really need to do is look at what were the consequences of Brown and how did that affect the election of 1860. So hence the question is a good one. Did John Brown elect Abraham Lincoln? What were the consequences? Well, I'll tell you the principal consequence, and that was that the Democratic Party fractured over principally John Brown and the issue of slavery. There is no way Abraham Lincoln would have been elected in 1860 if there had been a unified, united Democratic Party. But instead of having two principal parties and two principal candidates, Lincoln representing the Republican Party and some strong Democratic candidate, we didn't have that. Instead, we had four candidates, four people running for president in 1860. Lincoln, of course, being the Republican, is the best known. But three others, two Democrats and an independent candidate, were also running. And it was all principally a result of the divisions over slavery, and that Brown had brought forth and exacerbated these divisions. He created, in many respects, so many of these dividing lines, these fractures that occurred in these party politics. And so there's no way that Lincoln would have been elected had there been no John Brown. Probably in 1860, the Republican and Democratic candidates would have certainly argued over slavery. But Lincoln and the Republicans are a brand new party. Remember, their very first presidential election is 1856. So this is only their second go-around. Lincoln's well known. He certainly politicked and did well in getting the nomination. But he is a northern candidate. He is not a southern candidate, nor is he a border state candidate. And so, although it's likely that even if there had only been a Republican and Democratic candidate, and not four people on the slate, it's likely that Lincoln would have done well in the North. But in states where the split occurred for the Democrats, like in Virginia, like in Maryland, like in Tennessee, like in all of the other southern states and what would be called the border states, and the states out to the territories even, the fact that there were these split candidates, these split opportunities, and these split electoral votes ultimately gave Lincoln enough to be the winner. And so did John Brown elect Abraham Lincoln? Literally? Absolutely not. A dead man can't vote. Figuratively, symbolically, Lincoln can owe his election to John Brown.